Hello? All right, is everything working? I'm hand-drawn, white background. Yep, everything's working just fine. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Oh god, you know what? Let's start vain and shallow and eventually get more personal and deep as the video progresses. Alright? Alright. Well, first, let's just all agree that animation is an incredibly beautiful art form. The amount of skill that it takes to learn how to manipulate lines and shapes to create images that are played before our eyes in quick succession, to mimic reality, and dare I say, the illusion of life? Well, it's absolutely incredible. Over the years, I've amassed a wide catalog in my head of different styles and individual animators that have made an impact on me. Glenn Keane is one of Disney's own superstars, being so emblematic of what I love about Disney animation. He's such a master of character acting, of being able to portray emotion and personality in both micro and macro movements. Whether it be the exaggerated fury of a beast, or the subtle solemn expression of a teenage girl just wanting to be a part of our world. If an animator's job is to replicate reality, then animation like this surpasses it. On a similar vein, we have
James Baxter!
an equally masterful, if more chaotic and dank, animator. Man's so good, he made an entire Adventure Time episode all about him.
Car, is that the frickin' horse from Horsing Around?
No, it's not, but he's close enough. I'll stop. Baxter worked on both Disney and DreamWorks and handled cuts from some iconic scenes such as the Beauty and the Beast ballroom dance, my favorite movie, every single best piece of animation from Steven Universe, the sequel to my favorite movie, Dipper dropping a candle, and Moses literally meeting God. On the Eastern front of things, I love anime, specifically anime aimed towards 12-year-old boys. I don't think I ever really stopped being one internally. Hell, my favorite piece of media ever is one of those shows. And while shonen anime is known for being experts at cutting corners and making use of limited animation, when they want to blow shit up, they can do it like no other. Disney might have the greatest character acting, but they wish they could make cuts with as much impact as... Not only are these shows exceptional at just capturing pure kinetic energy, like my god, I feel my bones rattling just by watching this stuff. But because of the nature of the industry in Japan, animators are usually given cuts to solo animate themselves, allowing that individual's idiosyncrasies to shine more. Show me any frame of Naotoshi Shida's work and I immediately know it's from Shida. They have such distinct shape language and camera work. All of their effects, whether it be smoke or water or Luffy's King Cobra turning into a literal King Cobra, are all drawn in this easily recognizable style. And then there's Yutaka Nakamura turning every piece of debris into cubes, and their very generous use of impact frames. As well as Norio Matsumoto providing us some of the best hand-to-hand combat choreography, Sasuke getting the soul ejected from his body. Actually, basically any scene with Sasuke in it, the studio could have had their favorites. And any film by Makoto Shinkai. Words don't really do any justice here, so I'll just let the footage speak for itself. I think I've said enough about the aesthetic appeal of animation and why I would want to pursue a career in it, out of just a pure admiration for the craft. Ah, now for the deeper, weirder, emotional, reasons to why I decided to do this. So, animation has always made sense to me. I can't recall a time when it didn't, which is probably why I grew to love it so much, because not a lot did. When I was a kid, I didn't know why all the trees changed in the fall. I never lived in a country with fall, I don't know why I said that. I mean, yeah, I didn't know a lot of things. I was a kid, but I could always tell what was going on inside the screen. Why someone would want to make a bad deal with a bad guy for power to protect his pride, which has been so damaged. Why someone would want to be the very best, and you're only the very best with the bonds and connections you made that you get there in the first place. Why someone would go so far to keep the people that accepted them, because they're the only ones that did. Not liking the perception that people have for you and wanting to change that, or just wanting to be left alone. Or, my all-time favorite, kids just wanting to be acknowledged by the parental figures in their life again and again and again and again. Oh, okay, I get it. I have issues. Now, many years later, I've grown up, moved a lot, got a bit taller, so everything isn't as big as it used to be. Now I know why all the trees change in the fall, why there's a day and night cycle, the quadratic formula, that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But the things that confused me, scared me, the things I didn't understand, those remained. Despite knowing more, the world is actually even scarier. And those confusing and scary things are miscellaneous and varied, but the point is, there have been times where this confusion and fear reached a peak for me, to the point where it would physically ache my head to think about. I'd stress over these things for weeks, months, some of them even years, and it would eat me up inside, not knowing how to deal with any of it. And then I'd sit down to watch something I liked, something I didn't, something I haven't watched, something I've already watched. And I'd realize that the answers to all the confusing and scary things that have consumed the years of my life, I had them inside me the entire time. Because I had seen the answer, felt the answer a long time ago in the stuff I used to watch as a kid. Because animation always made sense to me. Have things get a little bit clearer, the render distance increase just a little bit because of a piece of media. Like that scene in Ratatouille when Ego takes a bite of the ratatouille, which is so damn good it sucker punches him into a full-blown flashback, causing him to re-examine his entire life and relearn the simple, innocent joy of food. Yeah, I didn't make much sense to me, but animation did, and that helped me make sense of myself. And if you think about it, of course it has that effect. There's no cold, heartless machine run purely on binary and indifference churning out the art that we consume. Yet, that art was made by people. People who had questions of their own, things that didn't make sense to them. And when it all finally clicked, they made a story, a movie, a show, a clip. They made that little package wrapped neatly with a bow, containing the answers for the people still asking the questions. Art is communication. It's someone saying, hey, this is what I think of this. I think you'll find it interesting if you want to hear it. Maybe even help you out. And it did. And that's why I love animation. That's why I decided to pursue a career in animation. Because I want to keep trying to understand the things that I don't get. And maybe making some stuff of my own can help me do just that. And I am doing just that. Right now I'm in school studying to be an animator. I have an Instagram where I post my art that I hate the least. I'm working on my own personal series right now, which I'd love to work on more if only I had the time. I'm writing the script on the 4th of December and I still have so many requirements to pass. Am I even gonna pass? Let's find out!
Get your money, man. Life goes
So
on.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it, let it take you away. And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, cause we hope.
But regardless, I'm having a lot of fun. And if you made it this far, I hope you'll be there to check out my work when I eventually have my own work to check out. All right, that's all for now. See ya.